Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. I'm back. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning this morning for northwestern Tallapoosa and northeastern Coosa County. This is going to be for a thunderstorm that is right there along the Clay County, Coosa County line, actually southern Clay County. Is catching a little bit of this storm, but the warning is primarily going to be right there along the county line. Let me just read the text of this warning to you from the National Weather Service. All right, so a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for northeastern Coosa County. The northeastern Coosa County piece actually has been canceled, but get down to the correct verbiage here. It looks like a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 10:30 Central this morning for northern Tallapoosa and southeastern Clay County. At 9:48, a severe thunderstorm was located near Goodwater, moving east at around 35 miles per hour. The hazard with this storm is 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-sized hail. Once again, that is a severe thunderstorm warning. It's now in effect for extreme southern Clay County and for now, northern Tallapoosa. Places such as New Site, Davidson is downstream from there. Hackneyville would be in line. The storm is moving through the Goodwater area now. And Alexander City, this should stay north of you as it continues moving off to the east. I know that some media outlets may be showing Alexander City involved in this, but I think the storm stays north of you. I don't believe you're going to see much in Alexander City. Let's put this thing in motion. And right there at the end, you see the warning pop up. And they originally did have extreme northeastern Coosa involved in this. And right there at Goodwater, this thing's right on top of you. So even though officially the warning doesn't cover your area, I'm not really sure why they did it that way. I would still have Goodwater involved in this. So let's switch products too, so we can get a little better look at what's going on here. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Now it makes a little better sense. That composite was about 2 volume scans behind. So the leading edge of this is moving into Hackneyville. That's why they've let Goodwater go from the warning. So from Hackneyville east, we're talking about Goldville, we're talking about New Site, Daviston, up here in Clay County, maybe the mountain community, Motley, Wadley will have to pay attention to this as it moves closer to Randolph County. There's some times on the storm. We're talking New Site at about 10:06, mountain community around 10:08, Daviston 10:18, Frog Eye around 10:22, Wadley about 10:25. Southern Union about the same time, Abanda around 10:28. If the storm holds together, Dickard around 10:34. And then in about 45 to 50 minutes, maybe Roanoke, and 5 points, again, if the storm holds together. But that is a severe thunderstorm warning that's now in effect. The primary threat with this storm is 60-mile-per-hour wind and hail, maybe up to 3/4 in diameter. And I would put any hail that may be falling with this storm up here to the north, right along where the polygon is, and maybe maybe up into Clay County. It'll be southwest of Bluff Springs is where the hail appears to be. South of Millerville. Now it's pouring down rain in Millerville, and you're hearing a lot of thunder and lightning. But the core of this storm is going to stay south of you as it moves off to the east. Mountain Community, you're definitely going to get this. Goldville is definitely going to get it. It's moving into Hackneyville now. And if it holds together, Daviston would be next. Cooley Crossroads probably going to see some of this down here in southeastern Clay. And then southwestern Randolph, Wadley, Southern Union, Corinth, Malone, Dickert, Broughton Ridge. Heads up on this. Now that's the severe thunderstorm warning. Now we have heavy rainfall and a heavy thunderstorm in Randolph County. You can see it's raining from Newell all the way down to just north of Roanoke. 431 is just a washout at this hour. Heavy rain all over Clay County also. And then look over here in West Georgia, from Roopville all the way down to Franklin, we have heavy rainfall. And then back to the west, from Childersburg down to Montevallo, down to Brent, we have a flash flood situation going on here. It's a flash flood warning for central Bibb, Shelby, and southwestern Talladega County in east central Alabama. That's in effect until 11:30 this morning. We just have had storm after storm after storm move through this same area inside that green box right there. So the National Weather Service issuing a flash flood warning for that area of central Alabama. We have another special weather statement back here for this storm that's moving out of Montevallo and Brent. It's moving to the east. So that means that Chilton County, Jemison, you've got a very heavy thunderstorm right there on top of you. If this line holds together, we could be looking at some pretty strong thunderstorms over here in Coosa County again, southern Talladega County again. Eventually, all this is going to end up over here in Clay County again. You see where I'm going with this. It's just what they call a training effect. It's like a train where it's on a track. And these storms just keep going over that same track, going in the same direction over the same locations. And we have just seen copious amounts of rain across East Alabama and West Georgia. And occasionally we're getting a marginally severe thunderstorm out of it as well. This is a cold front that's in the process of stalling out across central Alabama. I still think it will slowly work its way on down to around the I-85 corridor before it completely stops, but it could stop anywhere between where it's at now and the I-85 corridor, and it's going to sit there. And so we're going to have periods of showers and thunderstorms for the remainder of the afternoon. I think the rain chance will lessen somewhat tonight, but it's going to start back up again tomorrow as this thing lifts back north as a warm front. And then we get a big cold front through here on Saturday, which could give us a significant chance of severe weather. So again, we are here because of a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued by the National Weather Service for this thunderstorm here. This is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 10:30 this morning. We have a hail threat. It's radar indicated, maximum hail size around 3/4 of an inch. We have a wind threat that's radar indicated with a max wind of around 60 miles per hour. Moving through the Hackneyville area now. Next in line would be northern Tallapoosa and extreme southern Clay County. So Goldville, New Site, Daviston, Mountain Community, maybe up to Bluff Springs, over to Cooley Crossroads. You guys up there from Mountain Community and north, you're not really in the warned area. The polygon is just south of you, but you're close enough. And I mean, it does not take a rocket scientist to figure out where the heaviest part of this storm is. It's right there between Goldville and Bluff Springs. So well, looking at the radar, the heaviest part of this storm is actually just a shade bit north of the north side of that polygon. So we'll see here if the Weather Service extends that warning a little further north up into Clay County here in just a few moments. I think it would be warranted. But if you're anywhere here in southern Clay, south of Millerville, up around Bluff Springs, Cooley Crossroads, and then trailing back down to around Hackneyville, you've got a heavy, heavy thunderstorm moving through. It's moving off to the east at around 37 miles per hour. Kellyton, you've got a line of showers and thunderstorms coming at you, coming down 280. It's not severe at this time. We do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning just issued. This is back downstream. This is back over central Alabama, but it's of interest because that's going to move over the same areas that's getting hit pretty hard right now. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning just issued for northeastern Chilton County, south central Shelby County, northwestern Coosa County, in east central Alabama. At 9:57 this morning, a severe thunderstorm was located over Jemison, moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard with this storm is 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-sized hail. Locations of the path of this storm include Clanton, Jemison, Weguffka, Thorsby, Strickland Crossroads, Lay Lake Dam, Marble Valley, Lay Lake, Mitchell Lake, Waxahachie Creek, I-65 rest area there along I-65, and Spring Creek, and Lomax is also the path of this storm. Now, most of you over in East Alabama never heard of these locations, but this is right there just north of where I grew up, so I'm familiar with those areas. But the reason we're paying attention to this is because this line of thunderstorms is going to continue moving off to the east, and guess where it's going? It's coming right into East Alabama. Same areas that are getting hit right now, you have another line behind it. Now, these are severe thunderstorm warnings. We do not have any tornado warnings out there this afternoon, but still, I mean, we're talking 60-mile-per-hour straight-line winds can cause some damage. So be very cautious out there as these storms move through. Tremendous amount of lightning output with this storm here just around Bluff Springs and southern Clay. That's 73 lightning strikes in the last couple of 2 or 3 minutes. So that's an indication you got some extremely heavy rainfall taking place, and most likely you have hail. As a matter of fact, this computer algorithm is telling us there's a 100% chance that we have hail, and there is a 70% chance we have severe hail, which could be approaching 1.5 inches. That is very significant. So if you're east of 49, north of the mountain community, and south of the intersection of 49 and 77, if you're east of there, I'm talking about over here at Cooley Crossroads, you got just a minute to get something out there and cover that car up. You got a blanket, a tarp even, just anything to soften the blow of this hail. I would do that. Now, if you're west of 49, it's too late. Don't take a chance of going outdoors in this. But that's some pretty significant hail if the computer's telling us the right information, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. That's a pretty significant lightning output. That's one of the products you would look at to determine whether or not you have tremendous hail falling in that area, and all the ingredients are there. So I think that's probably going to verify. Is this coming to Opelika? Not this storm in Clay County. It's moving east. It's moving from left to right. Opelika is down here along I-85. Now, Auburn, Opelika, you will get some showers and thunderstorms later on this afternoon. If this line sinks that far south, I mean, this thing is just really slowing down this morning. But you would want to look back over here, Auburn, Opelika, this stuff back over here in West Alabama is what would eventually make it into your area later on today, probably after lunch. So again, we're watching 2 severe thunderstorm warnings now. One of them is a severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect for northern Tallapoosa, southern Clay. we should find out pretty quick whether they're going to add Randolph to this, and judging from what I'm seeing right this moment, that wouldn't surprise me. This is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 10:30 this morning. The storm is moving to the east at 37 miles per hour. It does have a hail threat and a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust threat as it moves off to the east. No question where that hail would be falling. If it is, it would be this hail core right here. I mean, it's very, very well defined. Just to the southeast now of Bluff Springs, or southwest of Cooley Crossroads, to the northwest of the mountain community. Now, it's about to start raining big time in the mountain community, but the hail core is just to your northwest. Now, you do have one down here to the southwest that will be moving in your general direction, so mountain community could get some hail here in a little bit as well. Then it stretches down Highway 49, Goldville, about to move into your area. Hackneyville still has some heavy rain occurring down there. Put it in motion so you can kind of get a general idea of the forward motion of this storm. Wadley, Malone, heads up. You got a heavy line of thunderstorms coming your way. And then way back over in Chilton County near Jemison, south of Montevallo, we have another line of storms, pretty much the same as the one that's coming through southern Clay and northern Tallapoosa. This one over here near Jemison has 60-mile-per-hour wind and maybe up to 3/4 of an inch in hail as well. And again, this is not confirmed, but the algorithm on this particular radar is telling us that there's a 70% chance we could have 1.5 inch diameter hail. That is significant, and that will cause damage. Yeah, Brian, you're correct. I mean, all of these storms have broad rotation this afternoon. And Chilton really is not out of our coverage area that much. It's just one county west of our coverage area, but we pay attention to it. Really, Chilton and Autauga and Elmore, because that's where our weather across East Alabama generally comes from. Typically, our weather moves from west to east or southwest to northeast. Today, it's more of a west to east motion. So we really pay attention to central Alabama. I mean, we even look all the way back to the Mississippi state line at times to get an idea of what may be coming our way downstream. Chilton County peaches. Yeah, I was born and raised down here in Prattville, Alabama. My dad has a farm up here close to the Enterprise community in Chilton County. We actually, producer Tracy and I were in Clanton. What was that? Sunday afternoon? No, Monday morning. On our way to Birmingham. And those of you who follow me know about the ill-fated trip to Birmingham. Okay, let's see. Who is categorizing me as an Auburn fan, even though you're an Auburn fan? They say thank you and they appreciate what we're doing for their community. Folks, and this is something I've got to do some work on. If you have an option when you, on Facebook, to sign in, I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm getting a lot of messages from folks, and all it says is Facebook user. There's got to be a way for you to sign in so I know who you are. Most folks, I see their name, but every now and then we get a message that just says Facebook user. I'll research that and see how that works. Getting dark in Alexander City. Thank you, Kevin. Here it comes, Roanoke. Actually, that's not it. It's dark in Roanoke. It's raining, that's for sure. But you see, that's just a small cell that's just popped up right on top of the city. The main line is still way back over there in Clay County. So that's what you got in Roanoke right now is not the main show. Not with this particular line anyway. Heavy rain, thunderstorms up there, the Cragford community up there in Clay County. Heavy rain from Malone up to R.L. Harris Reservoir, back over to Cragford, right there along the Randolph County, Clay County line. The hail core that we've been watching is still just north of the mountain community. It's going to come very close to Cooley Crossroads there on Highway 77, just before the Highway 49 interchange. Well, you're welcome, Heather. I've got family in Chilton County as well, so we'll keep an eye on it for you. It is 10:10 on your, what is this? Is this Thursday? I guess it is Thursday. It is 10:11 now on your Thursday morning, December 30th, 2021. And we continue to watch heavy thunderstorms train over the same locations of central and east Alabama this morning. Way to go, Regina. That's a very good idea. If you have the option, if you're ahead of this storm and you have the option to protect your vehicle, like putting it under a carport or putting a blanket over it or even a tarp, that's better than nothing. Anything to help soften the blow. A piece of cardboard. I mean, anything will help to protect your automobile, just to be on the safe side. I mean, this hail core is not very large, but where it's hailing, the individual hailstones could be tremendous. And so it could certainly cause some damage to a vehicle. Now the algorithm is showing, I don't believe this, it's saying 100% chance of hail, a 100% chance of severe hail. It sizes up to 2¼ inches in diameter. I don't see that, so that's beginning to make me question the returns we're getting here. Let me look at a couple of different products. Well, look at there. That's displaced a little bit, but that is an indication that there very well could be some very large hail in the area. Look at the echo tops on that one. I get up there around upper, maybe 46, 47,000 feet. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, there's 46,000 feet right there. That's a tall thunderstorm. And it's awfully cold that high up in the atmosphere, so yeah, it wouldn't surprise me now that I look at this stuff. It wouldn't surprise me at all to have some very, very large hail occurring here around and north of the mountain community, back up to Cooley Crossroads and back down to extreme southwest Randolph. So if anybody is seeing any of this hail, please let me know. Would really like to see some ground truth on this. Stand by. I need to get logged into the Weather Service. Let me see if there's any storm spotter reports. right, so the severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled for Clay and Tallapoosa. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for Chilton, Coosa, and Shelby. And this is a special weather statement. Special weather statement from the National Weather Service. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of southern Randolph and southeastern Clay counties through 10:45 this morning. At 10:12, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm near Malone, or 10 miles southwest of Lake Wedowee, moving to the east at around 40 miles per hour. Hazards with this storm: winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and half-inch hail. So they're going with half-inch hail, even though I've seen some evidence that the hail may be a little bit bigger than that, or it may have been just a few moments ago. That can change rapidly. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Minor damage to outdoor objects is possible. So there you go, a significant weather advisory. Now for Randolph County, this polygon will go away, and we'll see all of this change here in just a few moments as this updates from the National Weather Service. There we go. We lost the tornado watch, the severe thunderstorm box, and it has been replaced with this blue dotted polygon, which is a significant weather advisory for southern Randolph County. Wadley, you're going to get some rain, but the heaviest part of this should slip just north of downtown Wadley. Corinth, Malone area, you're going to get the brunt of this. Again, we're looking at wind gusts of 40 to 45 miles per hour and maybe some hail up to around a half inch. This is the same area that got hit so hard by the tornado back in March, and a lot of folks just got their places put back together, and I'm not trying to scare you. I don't think this is significant enough to cause any structural damage, but certainly if the hail is a half inch or larger, there could be some dings and some automobiles. So if you have the opportunity to protect your automobile, it'd probably be a good idea to do that. If you're just north of Wadley or anywhere between Wadley and Malone, it's too late to do that, though. Well, thank you. We like to think that our efforts do help during times of severe weather, and March 25th was a horrible night I hope we never have to go through again, especially for Clay and Randolph counties, and then over into West Georgia, Heard and Coweta, over toward Noonan. Just a tremendous amount of devastation along that entire tornado track from March 25th. But yeah, that's why we do what we do. And as I just said, this core of the storm over here in Randolph County is pretty much taking the same track that tornado took. Now, this is not a tornado; it's nowhere near that. But strong winds up to 40, 45 mile per hour wind gust, and half-inch hail could certainly be a possibility. Well, there's my most favorite high school football coach in the world, Miss Carolyn Battles. It's the better half of that coach. She's saying it's getting pretty dark there on Westport Street in Roanoke. So far, just a little thunder. Yeah, you're okay right now, but if you look back over to the west, that entire line is moving east. So Roanoke's got another round of rain on the way. This stuff that may be containing the hail, though, is moving northeast. I think it stays well north of Roanoke. Yeah, it's coming right at Roxton. So if you're downstream in Roxton, and the rain is actually moving into Roxton now, but the part that could be containing some hail is still back over near Malone, or just south of Malone. So Roxton, you might get a little wet, but you got a minute there to get that automobile to a place of safety before the storm gets there. Anywhere along Highway 431, probably from about Crystal Lake to just north of Roxton along 431 there. That's probably where this is going to cross over 431. Very close to Roxton, or maybe just a shade bit north of Roxton. So Roxton, maybe even Potash up there on the ridge. You need to pay attention to what's happening back to your southwest. Let me see if I can get you some times here. So we're in, the storm is in Malone now. Probably looking at Roanoke around 1041. Franklin by 11:07. That is Central Time, so it'll be 12:07 Eastern Time. Again, I don't anticipate the heaviest part of this to move through Roanoke, but you are going to get this stuff that's coming into Wadley now down here. We actually have a little inflow notch going on right there, right over Wadley. Now, that's just jargon. That doesn't mean anything. It just means that we have an inflow into the storm, which would help keep the storm healthy. Let me go look at a couple of different things right quick. Yeah, may have a little inflow notch going on right there, just north of Wadley and just south of Malone. Right here. You see where the brighter greens are? That would be an area of interest. Probably some rotation in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But it may be lowering just a little bit. Not a tornado, not on the ground, nothing to be majorly concerned about at the moment. But this would start to get one's attention, though. Looking to see if Birmingham is saying anything about it, and so far I don't see anything. We'll watch together to see if they reissue that severe thunderstorm warning, because that is beginning to look like we may have a little more rotation going on there in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Okay, let's go down here and take a look at Montgomery. Let's look back up into it from the south. Let's see what it looks like. Oh. Okay, so that's interesting. Here's the thing. National Weather Service office in Birmingham is not pulling the trigger on this. They're not talking about it. And they are certainly much more trained about this kind of stuff than I am. But I'll tell you, that's pretty interesting right there, just north of Wadley, back up to Forester's Chapel. Put that in motion. Yeah, we just got a marker right there, too. That's TVS, that's Tornado Vortex Signature. Again, that does not mean that we have anything developing or that we have anything on the ground. But, and I don't want to alarm anybody, but you know what? Just to be on the safe side, if you're over here in Dickert, up here toward the Friendship community, go ahead and go to your safe place, just to be on the safe side. I think what we have here is a very tall thunderstorm that's producing hail, and it's creating a downdraft. I think is what we're looking at. So we got reports of hail and lightning on the river near Corinth. So that is lining up very well with what we're looking at here on the radar. There's Corinth right there, and there's your hail core. Let me give you some road markers. County Road 854, County Road 833, County Road 849, County Road 49. This is County Road 43 right there. It comes through Foster's Chapel. And then there's 43 as it crosses over 49 there at Corinth. There's County Road 15. So the hail core is now north of Corinth. It's up here around County Road 49. So County Road 26, you're going to be next in line for this area of the storm that's producing the possible hail. County Road 333. Okay, Deckard, thank you. Good chance I don't want you to put yourself in any danger, and it's probably past your area by now, but if you happen to have gotten any video or photographs of what you are describing as a funnel cloud, please send those to me so we can take a look at it. And I'm just going to tell you, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Chance is not telling you exactly what he saw. All right, so the Weather Service is now reporting that a train spotter is reporting nickel-sized hail in that Sale and Randolph County. So that's pretty good sized hail. It's certainly nowhere near 3/4 of an inch or 2 inches, but it's still pretty good size hail. Enough to put some dings in your automobile. We've got confirmed hail at Foster's Chapel. I can see that. Level Road, just north of Corinth. Friendship Community is probably going to get a little bit of that too. Foster's Chapel, just north of there, is what the radar is telling us. So it's lining up. I mean, our ground truth reports are lining up pretty good. And I don't want to harp on this rotation thing, but because, again, I am not a meteorologist. I have been doing this for 40 some odd years. I'm not a meteorologist. So the guys with the National Weather Service in Birmingham are very well educated. They know what they're doing. But I am a little bit surprised. We didn't get some chatter about this storm about 5 minutes ago, because it was winding up pretty good. as it came through the Corinth and Foster's Chapel community. They go back to the velocity. Yeah. I mean, we do have a little rotation in this storm. It's broad now. It's not nearly as tight as it was. Are we still on Montgomery? Yeah. Right in this area, right in the Friendship community, we still have a little rotation, but that's up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. I don't see anything that would suggest a tornado there. It certainly does not look quite as well as it did just a few moments ago. Well, the question is, if someone is at a shop behind Burger King, I'm assuming you're talking about in Roanoke, is there any danger? Well, based on what we're looking at right this minute, no, because the hail core and the heaviest part of this line at this moment is going to go north of Roanoke. Now, that line of storms, wow, what happened there? That line of storms is going to come through Roanoke, but the heaviest part of it will stay just north of the city as it moves on off to the east. Things appear to be getting a little bit better in the Corinth community now. I've seen no reports of any damage. Double bolt of lightning behind OK Tires in Roanoke. That's here. Roanoke is here, so you're seeing lightning way back up to the north up there, well north of 22, back up in the Broughton Ridge community. That's where the heavy lightning is right now. So that lightning you're seeing from Roanoke is up there on County Road 26, or in that general area. Well, you're absolutely right, Chance. I don't want anybody to put themselves in danger to get pictures of severe weather. I just thought I would check with you. I'm pretty sure you would have shared that with me already without me asking if you had it. So, but I just wanted to make sure that you didn't have a picture of it, because I would really like to see what that cloud looked like at that time. So if there's anybody out there that got any pictures of the, I'm sure there was a wall cloud. I don't think there's any question about that. But if you got if anybody got any video or any photographs of this storm as it passed just north of Wadley, up around Corinth or Foster's Chapel, please send it to me. That would be interesting to see and match up with the radar, and share with the National Weather Service in Birmingham. That is the TBS signature that we got earlier when that storm wound up there around Foster's Chapel. We're talking about the inverted purple triangle there with the 5 in the middle of it. That's a TBS signature, tornado vortex signature. It was telling us that the low-level velocity was at 53 knots, maximum delta velocity also at 53 knots. The base height was 3.2 feet. And that's all mumbo-jumbo. It doesn't mean anything to most people, other than that is a sign that that storm was strengthening. Now, again, folks, and you hear me say this all the time, I don't mean to sound like a broke record. All thunderstorms rotate, or they wouldn't be a thunderstorm. That's just the structure of a thunderstorm. But this one, as it moved through the Corinth and Foster's Chapel area, was beginning to ramp up pretty good. It tightened up there for about 1 or 2 volume scans. And that these markers don't automatically go away when the storm detensifies. It'll take a few minutes for the software to get rid of that signature. Nothing to be concerned about. Still indicating some pretty good hail up there, though, just north of the Friendship community. right, so some more good news. That sail downstream back over Chilton County is showing signs of weakening. As a matter of fact, they have canceled this severe thunderstorm warning. That polygon will disappear here in a few minutes also. And so there it goes. It's gone. Still a very strong storm as it moves into Coosa County, just west of 231 there, about Stewartville, all the way back down to Lake Mitchell and down to around Clanton. But it is no longer severe. Tremendous amount of lightning. The same story as what we just saw come through the Wadley area there in southwest Randolph County. And so let's go back over here to Randolph County, north of Roanoke. Up there around Roxton, you're getting hammered pretty good now. Probably some hail in the area. Crystal Lake all the way up to Roxton, just copious amounts of rainfall. Really from Pine Hill down to Woodland, and then it really broadens out from New Hope back over to Napoleon, down to Big Springs, Tin Shop up there on the ridge, over to High Shoals, Roxton. But right there on 431 between Roxton and Crystal Lake is where the heaviest of this is going to pass over 431. It's really kind of taking a ride out County Road 26 off to the east, along and just north of County Road 26. The heaviest of it is staying just a shade bit north of Highway 22. Now, Dickard, I know you've had a couple of rounds of very heavy rainfall, and you got more coming. It is pouring in Wadley as we speak, and all of that's going to continue to move off to the east. Yeah, I don't think Roanoke is going to see the hail court the way things are looking right now. I think that's going to stay a little bit north of the city. Lots of thunder out there, absolutely. Lightning output's pretty good with this storm. 60 strikes in the last 2 to 3 minutes with this storm, and is being produced mostly by friction that's occurring right here, where you see the pinks and the blues crossing over 431. That's where all the energy, or the most of the energy, is located within this storm. Getting bad there on the ridge. Gonna have some gusty winds. Could see gusty winds of up to 40, 45 miles per hour. We've already had confirmed hail up to nickel size. Computer trying to tell us that the hail may have been a little bit bigger than that at one time. But we'll go with the spotter report because you can't get much better than that. So per the National Weather Service, the hail should not be any bigger than a ½ inch as this crosses over 431. But if you're in Roanoke and hey, I'd wait a minute before I continued up 431. If I'm up there in Wedowee, I'd hang out in Wedowee and wait a minute and let this storm pass before you try to drive. I wouldn't advise driving on 431 between Roxton and Crystal Lake at the moment. So a strong thunderstorm will impact portions of southeastern Randolph County through 11 a.m. this morning. At 10:38, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm over Crystal Lake or near Roanoke, just north of Roanoke, moving east at around 40 miles per hour. Winds in excess of 40 miles per hour, and penny-sized hail is possible with this storm as it continues to move off to the east. Another heavy storm over here in southern Heard County, extreme north Troup County, from the Denver community over to Owensbyville, up to around Cookville, just north of Hogansville. Franklin, not too bad at the moment. I mean, you got heavy rain, but pretty heavy downpour now in the southern part of Heard County, right along the Troup County line. So I'll tell you this, Franklin, you're going to want to watch this stuff over here in Randolph County, Alabama, because it is coming in your general direction. Switch over to Atlanta. And look at it from in front of the storm and see what we've got. Maybe. Okay, well, Atlanta's a no-go. Go back to Birmingham. And I may have to restart things here. Yeah, let's restart the radar. There's so much data pouring in through this thing. Sometimes you just have to start all over. Okay. Well, that's not working. All right, so we are most likely going to have to restart everything, which means I'm going to have to take the entire system down. Let's see. Yep, folks, I'm going to have to shut down the entire system and bring it back up to get the radar going again. Well, I'll tell you this, no severe weather to be concerned about, though we do have a very heavy thunderstorm moving through Randolph County. We're just covering that with a special weather statement, no warnings right now. But let me shut down and reset up everything, and I'll be right back, and we'll ride this thing as it continues on through Randolph County. So you're going to have to watch for notification that I've gone live again. This is going to take about a couple of minutes, and I'll be right back with you in just a few minutes on Dr. Dog's Weather.